Visual novel Goose.
Ah, Goose Senpai. I was looking for you.
Oh my
How long have you been waiting?
I just got here.
Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, I was running late because of my club.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent a lot a bit. Today, I'm joined by Gustav the 13th.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm joined by the G streamer Goose.
The G-String. I've become the Were-Goose once more because you bastards got me yesterday. So it's
Got
all your
bit
fault.
by a rabid goose.
What's that one fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog one where he got bit or like mauled by a wormhole or some shit?
Oh yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was, the wormhole. Yeah. And also, GamingEmblem.
Yes.
Yo. No, I'm not a goose.
Not a goose.
Unfortunately.
Not a Goose streamer.
Yeah.
To all my
We
non-Goose
can
friends
only
out
reach.
there.
Yeah, we're all predestined to reach certain levels of greatness in our life, and Goose streamer just was a little bit too high of a bar for me. Couldn't get there.
I can only get to couch, and I'm still on my journey.
One day we'll get it. One day it'll happen.
One day the couch will exist. But anyway, how was your guys' past week? So?
Been all right. Still going through Saga. Got 2 more scenarios to go. Did clan matches over the weekend and got the suit.
Hey.
Actually got another silver banner this time around, which is really good. Had 2 teams in there. The second team actually had some quick fill-ins, which actually worked out really good. I was actually happy with how well they gelled. So hopefully you can keep that momentum up. At the very least, we're practicing and trying to do some stuff for the next one. So, but besides that, I keep learning little shit that I didn't know about Saga Frontier and like super bosses and shit. So it's like I didn't do it yesterday because I still need to grind through the side quests for this run that I'm doing. And then now I want to set up one of the fights just to see if I can do it. So
what's the super
hopefully
boss?
it's it's like this giant man bat thing. I forget what the hell it's actually called, but it's over there in the ruins in Shingro. You have to like
After it
fuck up a
blows
bunch
up.
of you have to fuck no, it's over in the top left ruins. You know how there's those clusters of bats that hang out over there that you run into?
Oh, right.
If
There's a
you
chance
get
to run
rid of
into it, right?
yeah, there's a chance to run into it if you fuck up enough of them. And apparently it has an attack that just like one shots your party and it's like lightning based. So instead of being Sonic, which is weird, but hopefully I can find some stuff to help with resistance and just like DSC that thing to death, because some of the Gradius girls from my first party are actually finally learning it.
I've been asked to inquire, does this giant man bat fight crime?
I guess so, because it shows up when you murder a bunch of his kin. So
Oh,
I think that counts. Vengeance.
yeah. Maybe maybe it shows up when you murder its parents.
Oh no! One of those bats was named Martha. Shit.
Martha.
How do you know that name?
That's my mom's name too.
This is kind of like
BVS, man.
hard.
Like it just drops out from the. Yeah, like technically, unless you were grinding there or going back and forth like an idiot, you wouldn't really know about it. But now that it has the remaster, there's actually an achievement for it, and that's how some other people found it. And then I saw like some videos of it crop up when I was looking up other stuff, and I was like, oh shit. Because like I gotta be at least 8+ runs in between the regular scenario and the fuse scenarios for each person. So the fact that I haven't like happened upon it yet, I kind of just want to make it happen just to see if I get rolled or not. So hopefully the run isn't too long and I don't try to keep bashing my head against the wall, but it should be fine. It'll be fine.
Neat little things like that are always pretty cool in RPGs. Tales of Destiny 2 does something really similar, where like if you're in an area grinding for too long, because I think that one had an auto system, and you could just auto grind. So in order to stop that, the developers made it to where, like, if you're in an area and you fight too much, the final boss or one of the final bosses of the game, Barbados, shows up, and he's like super mean, and he just like dunks on your entire party.
Like, get the fuck
And
out of here.
That's funny.
Yeah, you know you're grinding too long when fucking Barbados shows up and like world destroys your entire party, and like, oh, somebody's down, don't use any items. Barbados is a boss. He has a interrupting special attack, which
like the
summons a
train.
giant loud train. Yeah, but he has a special attack when you use items where he like interrupts your item usage and hits you with his signature move, no items ever.
Oh no.
And he just cancels your item usage and just smashes your face into the ground while yelling "no items ever." It's amazing.
Fuck. Is that real, or is it just the way
Yes,
that
no, that is
works?
very real. I have a T-shirt actually that's got like, you know, like the stay calm and do whatever.
Yeah. It just
Shirts.
says no items ever.
I have one that says stay calm and use an apple gel, and it's got like Barbados's face just like ripping through the thing, and it's like no items ever. It's awesome. I had to get it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, Barbados is the man.
You can't meme level to max level like when was the last one that Final Fantasy 15? Was that the
It's
one
called-
that people were
oh.
memeing?
By the way, it's called the Abyss Bat. Okay. I had to
Okay.
look it up.
Very close to Batman.
But yeah.
Anyway. Speaking of tangents.
Right?
What else did you have, Gustav?
That's about it for me. Just been dog sitting besides that. So I've been kind of running back and forth and stuff. So my sleep schedule's even more fucked up than usual.
Needs to sleep anyway.
I did just before this, really. I was like, could start streaming at like 4, or I could take a 30-minute nap 4 hours later. Oops. It was a long 30 minutes.
Naps OP.
Yeah, what about your weekend?
Good. My week is just like, don't you hate it when you're like getting ready to go on a long vacation or something, but you have to like get through with your like full work week, so every day is just like one day closer to being off for a long period of time. That's pretty much my my work week right now. It's just like the closer I get to the end of the day tomorrow, the lazier I'm going to become. I'm just like, oh man, I have to be here pretty soon. Like, this is gonna be great. So I'm kind of just sliding through the day leading into that, but it hasn't been too busy either, thank goodness. So nice and smooth sailing on the personal side of life. And as far as the stream side goes, I finished up Resident Evil 8. It was pretty neat. The game kind of like the game was pretty interesting. Like I think I preferred it over the last one, but it might just be because I like more of the action side of things.
Okay, that was
And
gonna
I
be my
feel like
question.
7, yeah, I feel like 7 didn't really pick up in that regard until later. And I don't know. I'm personally not a huge fan of the way horror games play nowadays, where it's kind of like more of the sneak around, and I don't know. Visage is a really good example.
Yeah.
Games like that, like I don't know. I don't mind having a little bit of like spooky mixed in with my highly capable police force people that shoot zombies in the head and their heads explode kind of thing, you know? Because
Yeah.
even with the old goofy tank controls, you know, the older Resident Evil games did a good job of being scary and letting you like run through and fight Zambros and stuff like that. And this one felt a little more similar to that. More Resident Evil 5 and less of a clown show than Resident Evil 6 or something like that.
It definitely had Resident Evil 4 vibes. Because even
Yeah.
like the idea of you having weapons vendors and all that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah. That was
Pretty cool.
Oh
That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Also, I love how everything has to have cooking in it, and now even Resident Evil has it.
Yeah, because like
Uh,
I think in 4 you could catch fish, but you just ate them as a healing item. But in
yeah.
this one, you like bait, you
I was
like
gonna say,
have
you
to,
Metal Geared that shit when you really.
yeah. But you like just have the dude cook it for you because Ethan's weak. Um, but yeah, so we're done with that. I picked back up on Judgment. Um, I'm looking forward to unlocking more of the mini games. I'm still in like chapter. I just started like chapter 3, and I still haven't gotten to like the cream of the crop. I saw like that there's some kind of dating sim like
Oh no!
sim mini game
Really?
thing or something like that.
Get
I don't know if
out of
it's like a
here!
straight up text based kind of thing, but there's like it seems like there's some kind of affection based mini game that was hinted at in some of the
Oh.
trophies. So
Okay. I think I know what
I
that
don't know if
might be like on a Persona kind of level. Because I know
yeah, I
remember
don't know if
7
it's
kind of had that stuff.
mhm. Yeah, you might know a little bit better than I do because I don't know if it's just like the phone call thing like you did in one of the Yakuza games or if it's something a little bit
Oh, and
different.
Zero, like the telephone club or whatever. What I
Yeah,
was thinking
because
is it was like a dragon where you're giving the girls like flowers and shit.
yeah, it doesn't.
Like it might be
I don't
something
know if
kind
it's
of like
gonna be
that.
like that because you know how in Kamurocho there's some of the buildings that like it's got the little curtain and you walk in. There's like pictures of girls everywhere, but it's
Oh yeah,
that's all it is. Um,
it's
it's
in one
one
of
like
those. Oh, so it's
well,
just
I
like
don't
old
know yet.
school cabaret stuff. Because I know like a dragon kind of overhauled it where it was just like a place to like I guess like mass heal and just like do stuff every once in a while, but they didn't have like the full blown conversations anymore.
Mhm. So I'm hoping it's maybe something like that because I can see the icon on the map, but I just can't do anything in the rooms yet. So
Mm.
I don't know if it'll like pick up or change later. But I'm getting ready to play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne Remaster or
Hey.
whatever later tonight. Looking forward to that. They got the best version with where they kicked out that scrub Dante and Rado Kuzahona is in the game instead. So it should
Mm.
be pretty cool. I wanted to check it out and I never got around to it when I was younger. So this is the perfect timing to be able to pick it up and play.
By the way, on the with Judgment, have you done the drone racing?
Oh yeah, it's incredibly fun.
Hmm.
Like the first couple of races are kind of bland, but as soon as you start like driving through buildings and stuff, like it starts picking up and gets really fun.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about the only thing
But,
I've played on it. So yeah.
do you
Um,
have Judgment?
no, no, no. Well, I think I might have it now.
Would you
I
play
might,
it in a fever dream
but
before that? Like what
no, no, no,
happened?
no, no. I played it at a friend's house.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. That was the only thing I played. I was like, "Get me to the drone racing." They're like, yeah, here. I was like, yes. But I love flying drones anyway. Like,
Mhm.
um, at the cookout, my uncle brought over his drone, and I was like, yes, time to take pictures
Nice.
and do stuff. Let's go. But yeah, so I love all the drone stuff like that. Pretty cool.
It's pretty
Um,
fun. The only qualm I have with the drone racing, and it could just be me or the controls, but like they seem to want you to kind of break off the path in some places, but like there's some kind of weird like correcting force to your drone when you're flying as well. So like you'll try to take a tight squeeze through like a side, like one of the little like side paths to cut a corner, but there's always like some kind of weird force that feels like it's pulling you towards the line that's like guiding you and where to go, like purple arrows. And sometimes they'll like drag, like I'll try to be turning sharp and it'll like drag me into a wall or a pillar or something. Like, I wasn't trying to go there. So that's a bit frustrating with it. But besides that, it's pretty cool.
yeah, sometimes it's like it feels very, was it Mario Kart is how I would describe it, kind of like the, or was it yeah, I think that's what I would compare it to. It's been a little while now, but I'm looking forward to playing through the entire game. I think I picked it up here about the same time I picked up the Fist of the North Star one.
Ah,
I'm gonna play
nice.
all the non Yakuza games, or not like not out of the main line first. I think, but also with
That's
the
another reason I want a PS5 because I want them frames because of that fucking Dragon engine.
for
Ah.
real though, right? But with Village, I did have another question too. Like, you were talking about how they kind of got rid of some of the action. That's what I've been hearing. I've been those are two games I plan on playing at some point. So, one
Well,
of
I
the
think
things
in 7 there was less, but I think Village picked it back up. For me personally, anyway, in comparison.
I tried a little bit of the VR with 7, and like, of course, the one spot that a friend of mine handed me the headset was like right there when the like centipedes or millipedes or whatever. Like that is, I hate those things, dude. Like that is one
God,
thing. Like some people have like arachnophobia. That's if there's one that's equivalent of that, that is close. Like
Oh,
I
when you're like
only
shimmying through the
I'm
walls and they all start showing
yeah.
up.
They all
Oh
start showing up.
God, yeah.
Dude, for real though, I was tormented by them as a kid, like because I just killed like 20 of them in like my grandpa's like shop because they just kept showing up everywhere, and I was like, what in the world is this? So yeah, that kind of like I don't know why I hate them. I'll squish them though.
Heckin'
That's the
bugs.
thing. It just it causes me to attack. It's an attack response. But
Man, I started punching things.
there's one on the ground. But
Walk 'em up.
no, for real though, I did that once as soon as like I stepped on one when I was walking through my house, and then I was like, what was that? And I like got my phone out and shined a light on. I was like, oh, and just crush it real quick. But yeah, those big ones though, man, I'd hate to run into those. That would be, but yeah, like other than it kind of being gross factor, like for me, gross doesn't equal scary as much, and the whole
Hmm.
Outlast kind of thing. I know a while back, I think I've already talked to you guys about this, but like a friend of mine, this was back early when the Oculus was coming out, and so one of my rich friends got it, and then we were doing some like modding and stuff with it, and one of the things is like they were doing the Outlast, kind of making it work with Outlast camera, so that was
Hmm.
cool. That was kind of interesting, and that was a little terrifying for a little bit, but then it kind of faded pretty quickly. But the VR definitely helps. I wonder if the scary factor will go up. And I saw the quote where the developers said that people thought 7 was too scary.
Yeah, my brother told me about that.
I mean, I don't know. That's
Too
like,
scary, or they just tried too hard.
I mean,
Maybe a little bit of both.
apparently
But
it's too
apparently they did
scary.
nerf the scare factor in the new game
Yeah,
because of that.
like that was the
Yeah,
quote. People found it too scary, and they wanted to make it more accessible for people.
I think
And
that's just something that they've like been trying to struggle with since like 4 is just finding that balance again. After because it seems like they always want to try to do something new and do the experimental part, which is fine until they actually look at their numbers and are like, oh boy, when it comes to sales time.
yeah, but I wonder if that was kind of the same reason why things like Dead Space kind of shifted away from the scary to more action as well. Because Dead Space is like one of my go-tos for describing a very good, like both atmospheric horror and jump scare horror game.
Mhm.
Was Dead Space a horror game? All I did was stomp on babies.
Oh my gosh, the baby section, dude. Wait, was that
Uh,
I
that was in
meleeed
the first one, right?
everything.
I
I
I,
don't
I
know.
know
I
they had
played one
like
of
a
them and I meleeed
I
everything.
there was number
forget if it was
2.
2 or not. It's one of the first 2.
I
I
think
started in the
they
mall.
I think it was in 1 because they were still jumping around and they would shoot at you. But I don't think they actually had the baby section till like number 2, where you actually went through like a daycare center kind of thing. It was just like then you just like stopped. But again, it got more action. So I will say the one thing that was terrifying in 2 is the whole like stabbing the eye. If you mess that up and your eye just gets shanked, that was kind of gross to look at. But again, that's more gross horror than like the this is scary kind of thing.
Resident Evil 8 had it a lot. I feel sorry for Ethan's hands.
On a side note, I know another game that they I think changed it was like the Subnautica, with the new thing they've done
Hmm.
with Subnautica. Like they wanted to go away from that. I forget what the fear is called, but like when you look down in the water and there's just nothing, kind of like this void, and
And
then
some shit comes out of the void.
yeah, and
Oh
you
god.
see on your radar that there's something big next to you, and you're like, oh no, and then you hear the sound and you look, you see it, and then it's just kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
And so in this one, like the Subnautica 2, I guess, whatever you want to call it, I forget what the name is, but it's more like corridor kind of tunnels and caves that you're going through, and you can actually like see the bottom just about everywhere, if not everywhere in the entire thing. I haven't really looked too much into it, but I just know as far as like that was brought up on some of the posts that I was seeing where people are like, they're ruining the scary games, you know. But
Not my scary game.
it's probably more of a business decision than an artistic decision. I don't know. I like the scary
Sure,
stuff
I can see that.
because for the most part, like stuff like 5 and 6 was just comical, and I don't know. I kind of don't want to see them take it too far, but yeah, as long as they have a good balance, then I think it'll be okay.
I felt like it was kind of in there. 6 seemed like they had a lot of good ideas, and you're right, it did get super comical. It's like
6 is a cheesy action movie, man.
Yeah,
6
right.
had some good atmosphere moments, and then the rest of it was just like, what the fuck is happening? There's so little context or like prompting, and you're just one thing after the other. Like, what the fuck?
Look, we're all just
You
here to
know what it
watch.
kind of reminds me of is it reminds me of those old like shooting arcade games. Not even like House
Like
of the
House of the
Dead.
Dead
House of
and
the
stuff.
Dead. House of the Dead felt like it had more pacing by comparison. At least it had
House of the Dead's
cutscenes in
campy
between.
as fuck, though, man. Ugh. Especially, have you ever played Overkill? Like that
Yo,
game.
okay, Overkill. They tried way too hard in Overkill and
No,
that
hell
shit.
yeah.
Like, it's funny because people are like, "Yeah, that's the best one." It's like, "Are you fucking me right now?" Okay, all right,
Those
bud,
guys
whatever
just
you
like
want.
Tarantino too much.
Yep. What was that whole like grindhouse fetish era? Everyone was trying to do
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that.
But yeah,
But no, I get you though. I get you.
which again, from what I've seen of 7, I definitely want to play through it, probably with the VR aspect. But like, even then, I agree. The Outlast stuff where you're just running and hiding in a locker, or Alien Isolation is another one that people will bring up, which I have that now. I can play that this Halloween maybe. But
Locker
like,
Sim is fun.
yeah, like it's just the running around and hiding from
Hmm.
things is kind of meh. Like I like when they, narrow the camera and stuff. Like I think the first person's really nice. You narrow the camera in, you get some of the jump scare stuff going, and I don't know. Dead Space is like my go-to right now for anything that's been recently done. And I mean that's old at this point, but anything that's recently done that's just a good horror game. Like that's the bar right there for me. If it isn't that,
That's
then I'm
the
just like I'm eh.
if it's not that, then what were you doing with your time?
Yeah.
Blah.
That's my thing with horror games.
No, I feel you. Metroid Prime does a really good job of stuff like that too.
Oh my god.
But but yeah. Anyway, tangent stuff. But yeah, was that pretty much your week?
Oh yeah. How about you, my Magnum dude?
Well, I have finished planting everything in the garden, and then I got an idea to plant more stuff, so I'm now trying to grow some garlic in there, and if I can get garlic to actually have some roots come out, then I'm gonna add that in
Get them
places where
roots in
things don't come up. And then I've got, yeah, I went ham. I intensified the garden a little too hard this year. And I made it 4 times the area. Um, oops. So mistakes might have been made. I'm gonna have a
Uh-oh.
lot of extra things
Oh
just to
no.
give away. Um,
Hey, there you go.
so yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm probably gonna be giving away a lot of stuff. Some of it I can, some of it I won't be able to. But hopefully, I mean, I know plenty of people I can give it to. If anything, I can like take it up to a local restaurant or something and be like, "Hey, yo, here you go." Maybe not even exactly to the restaurant, but just to the workers there. Be like, "Here, have fun." I did that with pumpkins last
Intensify the
year.
hey yo.
But But yeah, that was a lot of fun doing that, and by fun I mean I've got multiple blisters on my hands. But so my hands are tough again till next year, and then but yeah, the other than that, I mean the only thing I need to finish on it now is put up the electric fence because man, there's a lot of rabbits out. So they're gonna terrorize that garden when things start coming up. Luckily, last year I didn't have any
Free food.
problems with birds, so I hope I don't have any problems with birds this year. We'll see. Um, but so electric fence stuff and things in the near future. But other than that, gaming wise, the biggest thing other than missing clan ranked, hopefully I'm up Monday and not on the road Monday morning for that. But just been doing dailies, and the big thing, Fantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. That
Yeah.
was hype. Like, I am excited for that. Like, it feels very Fantasy Star Online or Universe kind of thing. Like, I really like. I'm not the biggest fan of 2, where it's like jump in the instance portal and then go back to you only have one hub where you're running around and you see people doing wacky things, and the rest of it is mostly you're going from loading screen to loading screen doing the next thing, and that's it. And any of the open world instance kind of thing where you're fighting things, you see like one person and you're like, oh, that guy was doing something, but I got to go over here and get this done so I can get my loot. See ya. Whereas
Mm.
I was seeing people out in the middle of nowhere just dancing, and there was a group of people dancing and then monsters spawned randomly, and I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were waiting for it or whatever. And then everybody was pretty cool. Like when did you actually get a urgent quest at all, Emblem?
Mhm.
So what did you think of the urgent quest?
It seemed fine. I like that. Like that they had him in there still. Although most of my urgent questing was just floating in the air, shooting lightning bolts at it until things broke, and then when it went into broke mode, I would just fire a laser beam at it. But I was playing I almost said cast. I was playing Force
I'm
a lot.
sorry, I did that. I keep saying caster. I'm thinking caster, so I'm like, oh yeah, cast. That makes sense. But yeah, force. Yeah, I went through everything and tried it. I love what they did with force. Force feels great now. Um, I don't know what you compare with force that would make sense unless you did like gunner to also get that dodging around kind of thing going. And if I understand it correctly, they just made the stats simple. So whatever your weapon is what your damage is. Is that right? And then your
Okay.
armor kind of thing.
That's what it seemed like.
So like there's only one stat rather than having your range stat, your tech power, your range power, your melee power, and so you can actually come up with more builds. I know I was talking in chat about doing like a hunter gunner kind of thing where your subclass is gunner, so that after you've spent everything meleeing stuff, you kind of pull back, get your combo up, then do some burst damage, and then you go slowly back in, swap back to hunter, and once everything's up, then you're tanky in their face again, and then you
Mhm.
pull back with gunner. I do like the combo thing with that, where you're trying to stay in the air and combo as much as you can, doing all the gun flips and everything. That's pretty cool. Kind of what you were doing with force, so that could be an interesting combo maybe. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of builds come out of it, and like the fact that you aren't just locked to your like 2 or 3 weapons that your main class can
Mhm.
use and that's it, and you actually can use your subclasses stuff was a pretty big
I'm a
deal.
floaty boy.
But yeah, what did you think of the spells though? I mean, I think they did really good with how they work now.
Yeah, I like that. There seem to be reasons to actually charge versus not charge.
Yes.
Like the ice spell had the effect where, like, if you throw enough of the ice bolts at them and to uncharge, it puts a little icicle glyph on them, and then when the glyph's on there, you hit them with a charge bolt for an ice attack. It like hits and then it explodes and does additional damage. That was pretty cool. The lightning effect. I'm still not really sure how it works, but I don't know if you spam enough lightning bolts, you would have a lightning circle around your character. And I think it's like if you did a charge lightning bolt at that point in time, you would you would get like a little extra lightning blast or something like that. So those little like changes were seem pretty nice in that regard. I definitely want to be against seeing more of that.
Yeah, for real though. Like that was really cool. I know I did fighter and hunter as well. The combos that they had were pretty cool to do. There was again reasons for doing charge stuff and reasons for not. The ranger stuff, I really want to see the launcher weapons. I'm curious because I'm hoping we have launcher when it releases, and I'm hoping
It
that
was
we
like
actually have
in the
10
game.
classes.
Yeah, they actually like showed the word. You could see like the word launcher and the selectable list of weapons and
Well,
stuff.
I mean, they were just using the old UI, kind of like how they were using the old trade UI kind of thing. So, like,
But I was under the
it's
impression they were going to
there.
actually have them though, so I just figured that was just there, but you just couldn't find anything. But my understanding is that the intention is that the launchers are going to be there.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm assuming too, is that you're gonna have like all the base weapons at least. And I've
Mhm.
been hearing like I was listening to a couple of different podcasts after that, and I think it was on like Drop Frames, and I think it was the one with Maximilian on there, and
Oh,
they were talking about like 10 classes. And
I'd
then
be
I was
down. That'd
reading
be
some
cool.
sources that it would have 10 on release, but then I've also been
Hmm.
reading that right now the ones in the demo is all it's going to have for, or ones in the beta is all it's going to have for the release. So I'm like, which one's the more accurate, and then also are they going to have the weapons? Because I haven't really seen anything that talks about the actual weapons other than like here's the classes and their base weapons that you get kind of thing. So it's yeah, I'm really curious to know if launcher is going to be a thing on day one. But either way, though, being able to just swap between gunner and ranger at the same time and just doing a full shooty thing, or even doing force, and having a ranged attack that builds up stuff with force is amazing. By the way, just saying that is like instead of having to go up and melee something to get your like stuff back,
You don't
I'm
like
just
a
like,
talus? Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Having shooting out ranged bolts is awesome. I hated having to like whack dinosaurs, but I probably just meant I didn't know what I was doing. But
maybe yeah.
yeah, it was always pretty cool.
But yeah, so I like the customization. I like the smoothness of the gameplay. I love the open world stuff. Like I'm in for now. I'm curious to see where they go with like more of the in-game stuff and some of the stuff like that. But at least playing it, starting out, having fun, just
Mhm.
doing. I mean, it feels very old school MMO kind of thing where you just do whatever. Like I feel like a lot of MMOs these days, it's there is definitely that race for the end game. Probably the only
Mhm.
MMO that I think that really captures that moment these days is Final Fantasy 14. It's still where I just see people just doing
Where
whatever
you can
just to
just
do whatever.
kind of just be, yeah.
Yeah. Where like stuff like WoW now is like okay, so the casual guy, you're doing this raid, right? You're doing that raid. I guess I am. Cool, right? So like, and then whereas like FF14 has like people just standing around doing whatever, just chatting, dancing, or
Yeah.
whatever. I kind of
Like,
miss
there's
that.
content races, but like, there's a lot of other shit to do in between just because it's been around for so long. You would have thought that WoW would have stayed that way, but yeah, I definitely see what you're talking about when people do shit. Because there are a lot of people that just have like long stints of downtime until the content comes out. They go through it, and then that's it.
Yeah, and then I'm definitely one of the people that wants to be on the bleeding edge of content, kind of pushing hard if I get into an MMO
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And I think there needs to be that kind of content for anybody like that. Obviously, because I'm a little biased because that's the stuff I look for. But at the same time, I think there should be that content where people can just chill, or not even content, where people just make up their own whatever. I think that's amazing when MMOs
Mm.
kind of capture that feeling, because that's really what it is. You know, it's just kind of a thing. So I do like that. Again, where I was just running around and just there was 20 people just dancing. I'm like, I have no clue what these guys are doing, but I'm gonna go jump off this mountain and fly to the other zone. And that was another thing. Just the
Ooh.
open world and traveling aspects were great. Now like I think the biggest area was like 32 people or something like that in one instance, but still, there was still plenty of people that you would run into. So I liked it. But yeah, that was pretty much the biggest thing for me. Also, they posted that Outriders, the armor thing apparently was a bug. So people getting one
Oh.
shot is not part of them nerfing and making the game harder, which I'm kind of sad about. But because now I can do tier 15s again, because I had to put on, 5 defense modifiers rather than having none and just one-shotting everything.
Yep.
The best defense is an overpowered offense.
They canceled his
There you
dick
go.
stomping appointment and he got mad, like, no, this game's supposed to be hard.
I mean, they did kind of in their in-game video advertise it as brutal, so. But oh well.
Yes, it was brutal for the enemies when you one shot them all.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was their intention, right?
I mean,
The
that's
big
what
guy.
everybody else is arguing, that you were supposed to be a god in the game kind of thing, and I'm like, but you still kill hordes of enemies. That's kind of the same feel, right? I want the bigger enemies to, actually be something. But anyway.
Look, I watch a lot of isekai anime right now, and I mean, the main characters are supposed to shit on everybody, including the big mobs. They just look imposing, and then they just break out their OP skills and one shot it, and then that's when
The
everyone's
fact
like, "Oh
that
my
there's
god!"
like, the fact that there's literal like comedy isekai about like I told you I didn't want it to be too strong. Like just the idea that the main protagonist pissed that he's like OP in that world.
Oh, that one shot it? No,
Oh.
that was a level 2 spell. Like oh, you're a badass. We get it.
It's like, no, I'm not throwing. I don't want to do this. Like, what the fuck?
But anyway, that was pretty much my stuff. Let's get into the new suit
Video.
stuff and things.
We talk about Gundam
But-
sometimes. I promise.
Tangent time in the hangar.
Yes.
All right,
That's
new
that's
suit.
that's the
Let's
AMA
see.
episode. I think I spelled that correctly. The dominance, yes, that looks about right.
The Dominoes.
Sponsored by Domino's.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put the GMD.
Give him the old
That-
GMD.
Gustav was thinking it.
That even so was that. What was that one dude? So it was like, get your GED. You tried.
Oh man, I'm not sure.
But yeah, what do we think about the suit? What's you know what? I'll go to make this joke. It's the the GM gets dominated, right?
Ooh.
Eh.
Oh,
Is that a GAN or is that a?
That's again. PSA. I don't know why. There's a very strong uptick of GANs lately. Maybe just because they've been seeing the clan suit or some shit, but boy oh boy.
Yeah, what in the world is
They've
with
been
all
getting
these
kind of
GANs?
annoying.
I thought you were in a
This is
450
the
with the new
second
suit.
one.
The time of Fatso has
I mean,
arrived.
I am. That's why they're doing it, I guess. I don't know.
Like,
Maybe they know something I don't know, but like, damn, dude. I'm not used to seeing this many running around.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
they got
between
big boy deeps.
still between
I
yesterday
found out that
and
fucking melee slaps and it's just like, I want to get my pokey. Wait, how do I do that? Ah, and then they just die.
I guess. But yeah, like between yesterday
Maniac, I
and
blame
today,
you. It's your fault.
Yeah, that's there we go. That's who it is. He's been playing the new suit too much and intensifying that poke.
That shit.
But yeah, I think I've seen about 7 like on the enemy team.
Woo.
between yesterday and today.
Well, the weird thing too is that there's a lot of people just going like, before we actually got this team, there were several instances of this team where it was almost all raids, and as it is, we had 2, and both of them were fucking still like, what the fuck? Why are there so many? And like someone earlier on in the month was talking about the idea that like some of these guys are starting to get the hang of raids in Brawl. Like they actually start touching them because it's like a quick match, inconsequential sort of thing. And they're like, I can do that in the team thing, and it's like sometimes they do, and other times they are just a fucking liability.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna learn very quickly that you cannot do that.
kind of interesting, actually. I mean, that makes sense. Like why they would be queuing in to just normal matches with that.
But yeah, this is a gym dominance. Look at all this shit it has.
Yeah, we can go ahead and go over the stats while your game's starting.
But yeah, very, very so-so.
You want to do a bazooka game?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I
Honestly,
don't.
the fact that the dominance can use the bazooka definitely
Is very, very forgiving
it
that they let
helps
it
it out a
do
lot.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I thought it was just its
No.
weapon set that you see in the video, but having a Zook definitely pushes it in the right direction.
So if you want to go bazooka route, you get 10 shots. It's the regular hyper.
Because otherwise you got like
But good rate of
2.5
fire on it,
seconds.
right? You can do these. It has, for whatever reason, the box type beam saber on the arm only has 1 swing. The secondary saber you can do the combo controller with. It has a bullpup machine gun, which I think this is the first time that this has been a sub weapon. I'm pretty sure. Kind of
I
dig that.
believe you're right.
And then hand grenade E, which I think is one of the more potent ones.
It's 1,000 damage, right?
Mm.
I actually wanted
Probably.
to check.
I've got it pulled up. Let's see.
I actually wanted to check things near that. I'm gonna pull it up on my side and see what
Yeah,
I've got for
it's
suits.
1K.
Yeah, it's 1K.
Which I thought was a bit. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I thought it was a bit low.
Let me run down the skills real quick. Leg shot absorber level 2. Emergency evasion system level 1. Anti-blast stabilizer level 1. High performance balancer level 1. Melee combo controller level 1. High spec handbag level 1. High performance radar level 1. And optimized cooling efficiency. So the initial thrust is decreased by 10%, and that's level 1. So
Also, is it E enhanced?
I believe it stands for
yeah.
enhanced.
Interesting. I'm seeing some that are like 1,200. Yeah, I'm seeing look mostly like I know the Axaku one is 1,000 at this cost anyway. 1,165. Does the normal Goku have a grenade?
I don't think it gets one to the Hymo, I think, but I don't play him very much.
I
Maybe the early type has one.
No, the early doesn't, but the yeah, okay. 1,100 is the
Use the
level 1
regular one.
version at 350.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was on a little bit on the lower side of the grenades. Yeah, and then you have like any of the Dom stuff is like 1,300 plus.
Yeah, the Xeon suits have the chunkier grenades.
I will say the bullpup, I think, could have a little bit of damage increase. Oh yeah, just the normal hand grenade E on the GM ground type
Need to get closer to.
is 1,200. Oh, here we go. Armor GM has one. 1,150.
Oh, that's an issue. Oh god. Oh.
I thought it was a little bit lower. I mean, it's not much, but that's still a decent bit once you take scaling into account.
Shit.
And I pretty much know the rest of its stats for base level. It has 12,500 health, 12 in all of its resist, which was a little low. And then 20 on both of its damage modifiers, and whoop, things are breaking.
Oh,
They're looking a little pixely there.
There we go. But
One shoots faster.
and then it has 60 on both of its turning speed and its thruster, which I thought was funny. I was like, this is the most general I think I've seen in a while. Like, when was the last one where everything just like was equal stats all the way down the board? But I think its effective HP though is a little low, though. With its part slots that I saw there, that's the one thing I really didn't pay attention to. You've got a lot of health parts on it, so it brings it up. You got a what, 14,100? I think is what you have on yours, right?
yeah.
So that's not too bad. And I feel like the damage though could suffer a little bit, but you do have 2 melees, which could be cool. What's the build up stagger for the grenade?
Fuck is that thing? There it is. 30.
What's the bullpup's stagger ratio?
5%.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, like, as much as I love the pew pew in the DACA, I think if you're really going to take most advantage of this suit, it's going to be with the bazooka. Now, does the beam hit for like 1,200 per shot? Is it actually a ×2? Yeah, okay, that looks like ×2. You hit that guy. That's nice. Okay. I was
Yeah,
afraid
it's
it
like
was
10,
just
12 on that barrage.
Yeah, I was afraid it was like,
Neutered ×2.
yeah,
Gun
like
was
it
like,
was a actual
I guess
600
just
damage.
because it's low impact enough, they're just like, leave it.
Well, I will say on the JP wiki, they list the power as 600 times
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Like, the gun itself doesn't say ×2 like most of them do, and I was like, is this
28 on that gun.
this
Nice.
a pretty rip weapon? Like, but like, is this worse than the beam gun? What is this? So that's kind of nice
It's like
to
2 beam guns.
see.
yeah, and the stagger percentage is 25 per beam. So if you hit with both, you're doing 50.
Yeah, and it's enough that in the 2 seconds that it takes to pull down to fire again, you can actually get a stagger off, which is nice. But like it's nice if you hit your first shot and you know you're gonna hit the next one, then you can follow up. Well, I mean, what do you think would be more of the combo? Just I mean, either bazooka or if you get the stagger, would you just go into the normal beam saber and hit once, then do like backup and downswing with the pokey
It
one?
depends, because you really gotta time that and just hope they don't have a roll, right?
Yeah.
I'd almost say just get the regular combo in and see if you can get a neutral in afterwards. There's some striker stuff that you can do like that, right? Because the cooldown time between them isn't too bad. But because the damage is balanced, I would say for me it just seems like a bad idea to spend that much time on anything. Like you might as well just move on to the next thing and just try to thwack something.
Do it for the content.
Yeah.
The ready up time is faster on the box beam saber compared to the secondary one.
Okay, so
So
then
I think it kind of varies based on what you're fighting. You probably want to do if you're being safe, you'd probably just do a downswing with the secondary saber, and then catch them with the box one on their way down, and then follow up with
oh, okay, 3 down swings
something
like that.
else. Yeah, just do 3 down swings, I would say.
Because it's the secondary has 1,700 damage, so that was kind of my
Yeah.
issue with it. Is it
I guess for the
like I could have a bump?
for the box saber, kind of mind your distance when you do it, because it does bring it down and forward. But if you're too far, it'll just go over shit. Ooh, there he goes.
Hmm. I mean, the beam saber seems to be fine. It has more base damage than the GM striker at that level.
Fair enough. I mean,
That
that's what
should
I've been
probably
comparing
that
it
should probably
to.
be fixed, right? Oh my
But
god.
yeah,
Yeah, I completely agree.
yeah.
But
And also, I don't. Okay. Here's what I feel with this suit. I feel like it's 50 at least too high. Like if they brought it down by 50, I think it would be fine at 350 and
Mm.
400 rather than 400 450.
This is one of those ones where I kind of wish I had the 450 just to see how bad it is.
I mean, I feel like it's dead on arrival at 450 because compared to everything else and compared to like, the most meta stuff, especially like your base damage output is much less. You don't, like I'm specifically talking about the beta. So you have, you know, quicker, easier combo, crazy damage, double dodge roll, like easy maneuver armor breaking, so you can bully the raids if they're around. Like that, and that's obviously the most extreme case because of that suit just being super meta. Um, I hate when that happens. I just saw the Gan get that damage off your dodge roll, rip. But yeah, you think it's too high of a cost? You think this one needs a buff? And then I would say pretty much this feels like within the past 7 suits, the only suit that doesn't feel like this
Mm.
to me is the Char suit.
Mhm.
And either if they keep this up and actually, having suits that feel a bit more balanced, I don't know, I kind of feel like 700 it has me hopeful for maybe more balanced suits than 700. And do we think we're going to see some nerfs in the future possibly with some of these suits coming out a little lower, or do we think we're going to see some buffs for them to bring them up?
Um, I feel like they're just not gonna get touched. In particular for this one, like I like fucking around with that gun, but you put the bazooka on it and it's pretty serviceable. So I could see them just being like, "Well, you got that." Just maybe they'll mess around with the weapons, but like raw stats or anything for the suits, probably not.
I can see the health going up a little bit, but that's about it.
Also, it seems like the reception for the MP Keyblade has actually been pretty strong by the end of the day, despite any initial lukewarm reception that it had.
deeps will turn anybody into favor of a particular suit for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big boy deeps.
Yeah, that's the main thing with the Jubilee is it's got crazy burst damage. And in something like if you're going are you going into space now?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't see which one if you were switching around. But the Jubilee though, like in ace match, I think it's fantastic because the enemy ace is a general, you just go goodbye, or your teammate knocks something over, boom, just pop them, easy game. Like
So I guess the
it's
bigger thing for me is like, if we're gonna be doing this with the bazooka, I guess we have to start pointing out other stuff that does what it does about the same or better.
I would
Because I
even
would
say the
say like
Gundams.
heavy arms, the Gundams have been coming out pretty strong because they had that priority 3 and the null priority on the hammers. Like people are running Gans pretty strong at this cost, which is kind of funny, but like at the same time we also have the Hyzak that has more output melee wise while only having to use one melee weapon.
Big axe Chungus.
Yeah, I was gonna say especially once you get the axe, but even with the saber, I feel like it's about the same, if not better.
Oh yeah, what's this thing's
Um,
melee priority?
It's
2.
2.
Oof.
Yeah, they didn't go all the way with this one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. The suit feels like it doesn't know where it wants to be. Like, they
It's another
made it.
VG situation. Like I'm sure someone's gonna think this thing's fucking amazing or
Yeah.
do their best to run it, but like in terms of like typical meta, it's serviceable, but you'd probably rather run like much of anything else.
Yeah, because you're gonna feel on the front line when your priority gets beaten out by the other blues that have 3 for some reason. So that'll
Mhm.
be a little bit rough. I do think it having
Inexplicable
access to the
gundam
hyper bazooka is
noises.
nice though.
Yeah. I feel like though, if I'm gonna run bazooka, I might as well just run the Pale Rider Heavy or some other shit. So that's why I usually just use the main gun that these things come with.
Hmm.
Also, God, I forgot about that. Gym 3 is here. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Gym
GM3,
3, Aqua
Gianios,
Gundam, regular Gundam. There's so many things that are just better at than
Igog.
this thing.
You want frontline, just take the Hygog in. You got way more effective HP.
Hygogs if
Cavalry,
you like taking damage to your face.
heavy arms has about the same effective HP once you pop 80s. Cavalry has 14,000 at this cost with 17, 17, 13 in resist. So, you have about the same effective HP versus melee, but ranged wise, you can take more hits. Um, the newly buffed Slave Wraith, right? Yeah,
Oh God.
JK.
I don't know. There might be some people that would rather run it over this. I kind
Oof.
of wonder.
Gun Cannon Heavy Type D. I think you already said that one. Flight test. Garibaldi Alpha. There we go.
Do you want to run a flight test type over this?
I can see a flight test in 6v6. I'm not the biggest fan of the flight test as much anymore. I love the suit. I love playing it. Ton of fun, but it's one of those things that you in 5v5. I'm starting to feel like unless you're playing at 350, at 400 there's just too much that will just go in and
Knock you over. People have
yeah,
gotten
pretty much.
used to the no fun guns. Wow,
Hell
you did
Rider
that
Heavy Arms.
way early. Way early.
Like a Pell Rider Heavy Arms just doing a duck hunt with the big iron.
Oh, there goes my team. Goodbye. Oh shit, 3 is still over there.
I mean, I guess one of the things though too is, as always, if it's general suits, even on the lower end, as long as you're just doing the job you need to do, it works.
Greetings, my Pale Rider brethren. Oh my god. He tried to cable through that, and that did not work. Sorry if you guys are a little bit delayed on that, but
Yeah, just a wee
goddamn.
bit. Probably refresh.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoiled my own stream. Oh.
But I will say I kind of like the more balanced suits that they're coming out with, even though it feels a little awkward in some cases.
It's refreshing considering some of the other suits were like, this is disgusting, or like, this is actually underwhelmingly shitty. It's like, I can't say this is bad. I can't. It was not fair to the suit and the things that it can do. But man, is it not amazing.
Oh yeah. Very general, you might say.
I mean, that's
Remarkable for how unremarkable it is.
again, that's kind of the 6 out of the 7 most recent suits kind of feel that way. The most recent that I've been playing a lot of and trying to do stuff with, the mass production Cubile, just the lack of a defense option in solo queue, YOLO queue, whatever you want to call it. Like that kind of hurts it quite a bit. But I will say in team play, when you were doing that practice, Gustav, and I was getting in there with it, like it was great. Like having the combos, being able to communicate, having I can't remember who it was, but I was just like, I need help with this raid, and then it was like, I got you, And then as soon as that was just there and they got knocked down, then I could burst down even a raid because again, it has the damage just fine, but you got to have some more of those setups. You don't have an easy way to break maneuver armor, that kind of deal, and I like that's kind of the problem when a suit comes out that is so self-sufficient that it's like, play this,
Yeah,
Do it now.
because
So
you're conditioned through pubs, right?
pretty much.
Self-sufficiency is king. You can't really rely on anybody to like do anything in particular on a beat to beat like basis. So when we start talking about conditions and stuff for certain suits and like situations, it's like, nope, fuck that. That's worthless.
I will say on the space versus ground too for the Cubile is kind of a funny thing too, because you have balancer in space, so it's like night and day difference how easy it is to use. Like if they do anything to the Cubile, just please give it balancer on ground. That's all I want.
Ooh.
Please.
Oh, for the MP.
Yeah, like ugh. Like it's after playing in space though, it just feels like, oh man.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Like you really gotta have faith that you're gonna be able to get your combos off and just flat foot if you're on ground and it sucks. Oh,
But yeah, as far as this suit goes, I like the ton of weapons. Pretty cool. Wish the stagger buildup was a bit better.
why are you chasing this dude?
They should have just given it to turrets, man.
Oh yeah, what
Made
about
this
these
dude
turrets exactly?
quirky and fun.
Apparently, were they kind of like the ones on the detector, I guess, or
I don't know. The way to describe them is they're kind of like unmanned turrets that just shoot things that get close.
does it drop them, or are they on the suit like physically?
I guess it just drops them. So a pair of Gatling cannons that can function as autonomous sentry guns.
That sounds really cool. Do you know how amazing that would have been for them to introduce that with this fucking suit? Oh,
Yeah, apparently they got captured from a Dom.
Hmm.
I don't know what Dom has that, but it's so we definitely got the Yu Kojima version, and apparently the turrets are on Philip Hughes's version of the suit.
we're probably not gonna get a distinction. But
Yeah,
that'd
you
be
just have to
cool.
repaint that hoe.
Paint that bitch. That'd be cool if they gave us the Dom that had those, though.
I'd be okay with that. Oh, so there's actually a picture of those Gatling cannons in the Gunpla art.
Wow.
Hold on a second. There you go. And I believe there's little like cylinder straps on the shoulders is what holds on to them.
If you'll excuse me, I need to go take a shower now from using that filthy bazooka play. Feel filthy.
Definitely could see the combo doing better though, which I mean that's to be expected. I
Right.
think they should up the so you said it's 25. I think they could do it 35 for that'd be 70. Then you'd have to hit with 6 bullets. from the bullpup if you
There's
wanted
an
to do it that way.
aquatic version of the GM Dominance.
Oh, give us the Wawa dominance.
That
I
thing
want
looks
Wawa
awesome. It has
dominance.
double heat. It has double anchors, man.
That sounds fucking cool. I think we talked about that in the past.
Yeah, we might have
Imagine lock on anchors. Yo.
Oh gosh.
funnel anchors.
But like just being able to shoot them out in like two different directions at enemies that are coming at you, like hello. Now you hit with both of them and it's just an instant knockdown. It does like it's gonna be our first grapple suit. Still waiting for that day.
Oh, I'm ready. I'll roll on that.
Like, as far as just a random mechanic, I guess the turret thing I think would be placing something that somebody could shoot. I think would be kind of interesting.
I'm about it. I need to admit that.
There are a few suits that they could have implemented that kind of system with already.
Yeah.
Game Walk,
Yeah.
any Cubile, mass produced Cubile. Let us use the other 16 funnels or whatever.
Just make like a funnel cloud and just have the
Yeah,
like things that go
they
across.
fire lasers.
Oh, are you guys roboting? Is that a me?
Oh.
Connection issues. Hello,
Uh-oh.
like a robot, guys.
Can you hear me?
Everyone. Oh god.
Oh no.
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you
you
now.
guys, but you guys sound like robots too.
Okay, we good now?
Everything's
Robot.
breaking.
Oh, let me get stuck in a funny looking pose.
All right, I think we're good.
Okay, we're back to normal. Okay. Okay. So I guess final thoughts on this suit because I think we've covered everything: skills, stagger ratios.
I like
Stats.
it. It's not amazing, but it's cool that they put it in. I'm still really surprised that it was a banner suit, and I feel like that's kind of where people are gonna get sour with this. I really was expecting this to just be like a limited or a clan match suit.
Yeah, I think
Although
that was.
considering how it does, I'm kind of glad it wasn't a clan match suit compared to like the Heimel Alpha. I feel like Heimel Alpha has once again, much like the suit before, it kind of set the bar for what clan match suits should probably be about.
Well, I will say though, anybody rolling the dominance is rolling on the secondary banner for the week. So I mean, they shouldn't get their hopes up, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll definitely be getting to that because holy shit.
Well, I mean, well, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get in the rest of the patch notes because I don't have much else to say about the dominance. I mean, it's kind of cool we got it, but
It feels like one of those suits that like you get it while spinning for something else. And you're like, oh, cool, I had the dominance now. Let me
yeah,
play it twice.
exactly. That's pretty much that's my final thoughts right there. What Emblem just said.
Like, I wish I got it on Ginny and not Gus, because now it's just going to be relegated to customs.
So onward to the rest of the patch notes and the actual banner.
The true banner. True game banner plus.
So, oh, does this have ground specialization, space specialization?
It's got none. Snake.
None. Okay, so it's general.
Yeah, general.
So,
Which means it also has to kick its legs around in space, like, oh god, I hope. And at least a little bit. It's actually kind of smooth in space because of some of the skills, but doesn't have those extra boostos.
No and back.
but yeah, they put in the normal suit with for Ko. Kind of cool.
Oh, Uraki. I wonder what the reason for that is. Other than them, is that a recycled one or is that new? I actually don't remember.
That is a recycled one, but I'm like somehow dominance related.
Yeah, like how does that? Where does that come
Well,
in?
co-piloted the GM dominance.
Oh, okay.
When
Yeah,
and
the
where?
color,
Was it like a
the
side thing
color
or
scheme,
is
huh?
from him?
Yeah, it's one of the side mangas or something. I think. Like it's supposed to be the suit he used in between getting the BD one.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it's from that. Yeah, I was like trying to remember what it's from. Yeah. But anyway, with that we've got the Methus level 3, and there's a banner for it, and it's also a 2-star. And yeah, Methus heavy level 3, 600 cost at this point. I think it still can do just fine. It's probably, depending on how they scale it, would be the only thing that could hold it back some. I think there's probably gonna be better, but I still think it'll be fine at this cost. Like it was, I mean, it's still one of the best 500 suits that we've got.
Mm. It'll do. It's kind of having to go head to head with the what is it, the Z2, which is gonna be hilarious at that cost. It's
It's
gonna
it's
just start
just
doming over its younger brother. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. Which one would you say? Would you say the Z2 is an older brother or younger brother at that point? For the game, I would say younger brother, but
Younger brother.
I just feel like where the Z2 is bigger. Like I'm just like, yeah, it feels bad for the Z2.
Probably from versatility, a versatility standpoint. C2 is so weird, because they can both put out damage. I'd probably say
Going over.
the Methus is just easier to use in comparison, so people might lean more towards it.
I mean, that's kind of the big thing
Yeah,
with the
like,
methods. It's just how easy it is.
mhm. And it's just got like a good weapon for both like firing types as well.
Yeah, you can transform and have a different gun.
What's the secondary in flight mode?
Ahem.
So overall, though, I'm gonna spin once on both banners. That's gonna be it for me. Probably gonna do the same thing I did for the Gaza D. I'm just gonna wait and be like, here it is, my only spin. This is it. I'm gonna just get it now, and then hopefully repeat what happened with the Gaza D. Let the game know. I'm only putting one in.
Putting the game on notice. Turn on thin ice, mister.
But yeah. The funny thing is I saw the real banner when when talking
Yeah.
about this last night. It was kind of
Like the desert, just like, well, they didn't seem like it did too bad. Maybe they were actually spinning on it. Nah, it was the second banner. Oh.
but yeah, I would probably, if you don't have a 600 general that's good, I would recommend, I guess, the second banner.
Mhm.
If you need a 400 general that's good, I would say go to the DP shop. Point I'm going to look up right now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
So
what would you
you gotta get some examples in there, but yeah, you're right.
what would you guys say for which banner you would recommend?
Brian Methus.
Yeah, I probably say the Methus too.
I was going to go straight to the BD3 as my first example, but that's Ensign 1. I need to try again.
So you wanted to buy a good mobile suit for DP as a new player?
Hey, G-Line Standard.
Lamau.
There you go.
Lamau.
Another general that also has 14,000 health at that cost.
Yeah, you could buy that and probably be in a okay, maybe even slash better place than the Dominance. So that wouldn't be a bad pickup.
You could even buy the Ifrit level 3 earlier than that. Or the newly buffed Gotcha, which is actually pretty terrifying. That head buffer made it a lot tankier than it used to be.
That Mad Lad Gashi is just rushing you down. Toomf.
Yeah, I've been seeing quite a few of them recently. I'm like, what's going on? Alphas, Ensign 1, Rip. The normal Gelgoog. Probably wouldn't recommend that.
Normal Gelgoog, just use the. I personally would say that I think the Dominance is better than a normal Gelgoog, but
Yeah,
I really don't
I would
like
agree.
I don't like to play the Gelgoogs very much in general.
Actually, I kind of want to
Oh, there
see
you go, the
who would
VD.
win in those cases. Yeah.
I would straight up just use the VD. I would say the VD is better.
Mm.
The Gelgoog VD, that is.
Yeah, the souped up Gelgoogs, like for sure, have a better time.
Does
But the vanilla ones, I don't know.
what cost does early pro start at?
This 400.
Okay, they get that too because it's got another sub weapon similarly and all that.
Just buy the Gundam Law.
I
There you
mean,
go.
honestly, yeah, you're not wrong.
I think that's the Hyper Hammer. Boop. Super Napalm.
It's got the hammer. It's got the priority. Vroom vroom. I
Yeah,
agree.
jeez, man. So many noises.
You can buy the Gyan Eos. You can buy the high mobility Zaku. That's a pretty solid one at this cost. You can buy the Hygog. Especially with how it is these days, where they give the, like, if you go hard your first week of playing, which I still haven't gotten to do that, but I need to do that and just see how far I can get, just with normal like stream times, and see what I can do in a week. But yeah, you can. Apparently, some people went hard and got almost ensign just in their first week of playing because you get so many like extra rewards, which is insane. But I think it was probably toward the end of the month, I'm guessing, when an event was going on, most likely. But yeah. Level 6 Zaku 2 type FS, let's go.
Oh god.
Pick it up with the deeps.
You could even
How
get the
expensive is
Zogok.
it at that point? I mean, Zogak's a good pick. 2 melee weapons, 2 different things for range. That's comparable, and you can do stuff in the lava.
And it has,
Soccer.
yeah,
Just
it's
can't go
got
into
decent
space,
stats.
but that's okay.
And you can, well, I was gonna say, you can buy the Pell Rider Cavalry now, except for it's Ensign 1. I was really sad to find that out just now.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I talked about that yesterday because, yeah, you can buy it now in the DP store, the level 2 and the level 1. And sadly, even though it's a 2-star, the level 2, it goes from Master Sergeant 1, which is decently doable in at least a month's time, especially on a new account that plays pretty good in the first week. And then it goes straight to Ensign 1 for the level 2 version, and it's just like, oof. Like Master Sergeant 8 or something.
I like not having mobile suits. That's my jam.
Oof.
I have
But
to
yeah.
deploy as a pilot in 600 cost. I'm being massive. If like they still let you play, you just gonna have a suit. Oh man, talk about
Oh
people
my
getting
gosh.
salty. Although no one would play if you. They just need to bring in rentals.
Yeah, you do.
For real though.
It'd be just get everybody in a ball. That'll be fine.
I think even in quick matches, just doing rentals for quick matches kind of thing would be really nice. Because I know some people get salty on the rated side of things because it's like, this person doesn't own it. So if they're, they need to have some practice in it before they play it. And it's like, but when a new suit comes out, why are you okay with everybody playing that? So I could see that being an issue where everybody's just like, everybody's playing rentals and rated and that's it.
Yep. People are mad until they get the suit and then they do the same shit. So
Yeah. So that would be the only problem with that. But yes, they need to put in some form of rentals. It's just I could see there being a lot of backlash for just doing it straight up and having a rated mode.
can't just have people going at a rated all willy nilly.
I mean, that's the same kind of thing that happens with like League of Legends. I think it started where you could just use the free stuff as your way to get into ranked, and then eventually they got rid of that. But I don't know how it is now.
Oh, so you actually have to own the heroes to do it in ranked now? That's interesting.
Yeah, so like back in the day, 10 years ago or whatever, you could just if you had 7 or 8 champions, and it just so happened that the other 8 champions that were free that week were not part of your pool, then you could go straight into ranked. No big deal.
That's interesting though. Like, I figured something like that would encourage newer players to try different heroes out. So it's kind of weird that they don't want people doing that.
I think if they ever have a problem with their numbers, they change that. But right now, it's just like it's kind of a gimme game.
Yeah.
Try
Well,
not to worry about that shit.
and then like at this point, you get so
That's why
many
they would
things by
probably
the
never
time you
do
get
it
there.
for this game.
Yeah. But at this point, there's so many champions, and there's so many of them that are cheap enough that you can, by the time you get to being able to play ranked in any kind of capacity, you've got enough to just go in straight in. But back in the day, it was kind of a problem. So, and it was a growing game back then. Back when they were a small indie company.
A Wii video game venture.
But yeah, moving on though, in the ticket shop, which is hype, and I need to go back and really look tonight before I forget and it disappears and probably never shows up again. The big one here, the Mark III Gundam. Level 1 and 2 is in the ticket shop, and I wish I had more tickets, because then I would definitely buy it immediately. At least the level 1. But sadly, I can't afford both. But yeah, pretty hype. It's in. $345, I think, for the level 1, and $375 for the level 2 for the tickets. And then the other two big ones here is the Stamen level 2 and the GPO4 level 2. And then they put in the Go Marine level 3. That thing needs a buff.
Yeah, rear flex, but okay. Like it's in there.
Yeah, I could recommend literally any of these, except for the Go Marine. If you like them, there you go. The Mark III is now pretty acceptable with the melee combo, which is nice. It already had good just damage output with its range stuff. So, Emblem, I think you have the Mark III. What do you think about it?
The Mark III is sick, solid, and tight. It's a lot of fun. It's real simple. Bang, bang, downswing, cannon, downswing. Now, with the second swing, you can neutral people and then downswing sometimes.
Oh my god.
OP.
Revolutionary.
But it's one of those suits where you just kind of play it somewhat optimal range, and like you're there helping out, and you can shoot through your teammates sometimes if you need to with the primary because it pierces. And like if you have those games where you're just a general fly on the wall and nobody pays attention to you because you're just a general, you just next thing you know the match is over and you have like 100 billion damage and you still lose and it feels good.
Yay.
Also, on a side note, real quick, the Stamen you can buy in the DP store for, well, I don't know how much, probably 100 and some thousand. But instant level 1, so if you're instant level 1, you can at least try that out before getting the level 2. Personally, I think the level 2 version is kind of the, wouldn't say, I guess, better, but the more applicable one to play because, well, a lot of times that you got Mark IIs still running around with their 3 priority, and 600. I don't think there's too many things at 600 that's doing the 3 priority thing. I know the Dryson's one of the scariest things in both now, but it's only 2 priority.
GPO
But it
1,
has
but
so
you
much
don't really see that
reach
very
and
much.
knockdown. Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you see a lot of Zetas at 600 too, which that's also 2. So
Priority 2, yeah.
So the stamina can definitely get in there now. At 600. At 550 though, I still feel that you see a lot of Drysons, so maybe it is a bit more viable.
It still drives me insane that the fucking Zeta is a priority 2 when the fucking Beta is a 3.
Right.
It's because of the long beam saber. If the Zeta had priority 3, it'd be busted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, let it
true.
be busted.
I mean, I'm fucking ready.
Implying that we don't have other seats that fit that description, but
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, with that reach though, you just like win. Like, I can just see it now. Like, you see a raid going to like melee, and you're just like, I'm gonna lunge from a mile just to
let's
bounce with
go.
you. Forget even trying to tackle. I'll tackle or do something after because we'll bounce from a mile away, and then I can just swap and shoot you. No big
I
deal.
am the tackle.
So yeah, that would be kind of gross. And then if you like space stuff, the 04 is kind of cool. I recommend the Super Gundam though. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get at least one level of the Mark III for sure, and then have no tickets left at all. But anything else with those suits?
Some good choices. Get in there.
Yeah, that's nice ones.
And then in the DP store, the Efreet DS level 3, which, in my opinion, at that point, is kind of fallen off. Just because they essentially killed its health, and I still see it at 300. I don't know. Do you guys see it much above 300 at all?
Which one?
The Efreet DS.
I feel like I only see it in French cases. I don't think
350
it's.
it's
I don't
still
think
kind of
it's
got those
bad.
chaps, but like it's I mean it's got fighting foes, it's got the priority and the knockdown. It's pretty nasty. It just doesn't have like I guess speed sometimes compared to other things.
Well, I mean,
So it can kind of be overwhelmed if it gets into like really rough duels or like 1v2s or whatever, but that's just raid life.
right. But like with the raid buffs, though, I think at 300, this thing's actually a beast again. Like
Yeah,
that
it's got
helped
the
quite a
no
bit.
fun gun. It's got the big chaffy, and it can get where it needs to be faster. It's still gonna get a boot to the face on occasion, but at least it can try again faster.
And then I mentioned the cavalry as well. Sadly, Ensign won to buy this. But both of these are in the DP store, so can recommend trying either one. Specifically, the DS at its base cost for sure. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on these two suits? I still think the cavalry is one of the best. Or I would almost say the best 350. But I don't know about 400 anymore. I will say it was nice buying the gun.
It's kind of so. I wouldn't mind running it, but I feel like I had some other preferences still around that cost range. It's nice to have more options, though.
I play raids.
I play sports. So yeah, that's. I mean, and then when I go in, I'm like, I want to play something else other than the cavalry. Then it's like when I'm on 350 and it's like now I got to play general. Then I'm like, okay, now I'll do it. But when it's 400, there's just such a variety at that point. So, still think 400 is one of the best costs in the game.
I like 600 and 650.
Free.
Oh god.
Oh no.
High cost is so fun.
It is interesting to think how much the lower costs have fallen off despite like even the lower mids still having a lot of seats getting put out. Like we got another 400 suit.
Yeah, like, you know, I just after he said 650 and stuff and higher costs so fun, like literally last night I was like, okay, it's my turn to pick a cost. Let's see. 250. What in the world is wrong with this guy?
No, you
Oof.
went 200. You didn't go
Well, no, I
250.
started 250. And then I was like,
Then you did it again.
I want to play Raid. There's a lot of people who love Cold District in this room right now.
Well, no.
Gear.
Gear. And then I was like, okay, yeah, 200. We're good. We're safe now. And then, but
I actually got a
either
sweet
way,
request to pick Cold Districts. Then you switch it off. I was like, damn, man, I can't play it anymore. You hate to see it.
but that's good.
Yeah. Nice dodge.
Oh man. But yeah, so yeah, like the amount of reaction though to just being like, no, what is this? Oh my gosh, 200, why? You know, it was great. Like, I started bringing up everybody's chat because mine started popping off a little bit too. Like, what? Why? It was good. But yeah, what do you guys think of? With that said, I guess what do you guys think of like 200 and 250 right now? Do you think it's like any major problems with it? I wish we had more raids at 200 still. The ag was a cool
Has to
addition.
be my big thing. I saw the lines coming out, so I thought Goose was going to say something, but he might be talking on mute or
No,
something.
I'm just. But I would say like if anything, they should use that as an opportunity to put in shadow suits. We need some more
for
stuff.
sure.
Like the ag was a cool addition, and then we just got like fuck all after that.
Give us like the Boo or the
Yeah, it's just our throwing weird origin or like the weird Zaku variants and shit.
yeah,
Origin
Rumba
is
Raw
not
is
canon. It
Zaku
doesn't
1.
exist. Raw.
I mean, neither does Thunderbolt, but they still did a promotion for that.
Raw.
Give us the Thunderbolt Akai, please, please.
Nope.
Nope,
Right, not.
never. It's from another dimension. It never existed.
That portal's
Nope.
closed now.
Buff the
The only-
Thunderbolt Gundam. Buff
They
the
shit out a
Thunderbolt Gundam.
manga.
Yeah.
They shit out a couple chapters at us, and then there was like, "Whoa, what Thunderbolt? What do you mean?"
Oh my gosh. It's still painful what they did.
Meanwhile, the fucking origin manga still getting like legal chapters like put out there. Like, all right, okay.
But yeah. I think 300 is kind of where I would say that it feels like the new kind of 200, how 200 felt like, you know, a year and a half ago kind of thing. But I still like my 200 games. I'll get in there.
I
Actually,
mean, I get in there for the content because I stream every day, but like, I can kind of see why people like the dodge just because like the pacing is kind of whack. Not everyone's really into that oath kind of shit.
and I am big into that. But I was gonna say, actually, I mean, that was gonna be my question. Do you think they could just up the movement speed of everything by like 10 at like 200 250?
That'd be nice. Because I feel like I keep bringing up this fucking arcade game, but like the new one that's coming out has a bunch of these suits, and they just seem infinitely faster and more maneuverable. And I know it's an arcade game, but like this is barely a competitive game with any kind of scene other than just like clan matches. Like the scale is still so much smaller than other games like this. Like it's not that big a deal. You can start doing those tweaks.
I know a lot of people like Arctic base at lower cost because it feels like you're
You don't
not
have to take
instantly
5,000 years to get somewhere.
yeah, that, and then also it's not like you're instantly on the enemy team as soon as you boost once in a 650 suit.
Mhm.
So it actually makes Arctic base feel a bit bigger that way. So I could get that, but I don't know. I think it would be interesting though to see them just like up the base. Like some suits are already pretty fast. For instance, the ag. Like I don't know how much you would.
I mean, the egg's fast, but it also can't stop itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind
You
of sucks
saw
at
my
moving in
lunge.
general.
You were like, "Where are you going? How did you go that far or whatever?" I don't remember exactly what you said, but yeah, like yeah, that thing. If
Like, how
you
did it carry that far? What the fuck?
Yeah, if you don't kind of back up and swing, you'll pass up your target. So like every time you gotta, if you do the downswing or even hitting once into the downswing, you got to move back a little bit so that your neutral just is literally in place, and then your downswing doesn't carry you to oblivion. And yeah, but
You don't stop, and you don't bring your target with you either.
yeah. So, but if you can get a full combo on literally anything, you just get a kill. It doesn't matter if it's a general or not. That's the crazy thing. It has the damage to just like if you get someone stuck against a wall, you're just like just drilling straight through them. Like eat this damage, blow up their shield, and still get the kill. No big deal. but but yeah, like I think they could leave some suits that are a bit faster. But yeah, it would be interesting to see in I'd say a 10 speed would be kind of interesting. Because actually, what are the numbers? I could look at that real quick. But anything else on that slight tangent? But
It's good.
Nah, that's
I
about it.
could, yeah, I could see some more diversity at a lower cost. They're getting there.
okay, well this is interesting. The Type S,
Oh,
Zaku, and
don't
the
tell them
Recon.
that because they'll never get there otherwise.
Do it now.
Sort out. But the Recon Zaku and the Type S actually have 120 speed. See that going up by 5, but everything else is like 110
Mm.
to 115. And then supports are probably like oh, and I mean I would say the Gigan's one of the best examples of a decent speed support there, but everything else 90 for the GM cannon. The next highest is the Zaku 1 command at 110. So yeah, Gigan definitely feels good for just shooting and running away. But it also has like the lowest health count in the game.
Okay, you gotta get that get.
Yeah, so I could see bringing like most of the generals up to like 125. Maybe the top speed up a bit. Actually, on some of these, quite a bit. What in the world? Like 150 boost speed on.
Would the turn speeds be the same though? Because I feel like I don't know if it's necessarily a problem with the suits themselves being slow, or maybe if they just made a adjustment to the turn speed, or maybe some combination of the two that might kind of
I would
fix.
say if you're gonna make
or-
it faster, then let it turn faster, because otherwise it's just gonna work
Yeah,
against it in some cases.
yeah. Like you'd have to bring up all the turn speed, the top speed, movement speed.
Mhm.
Rust could stay the same kind of thing to limit movement.
Or
a
even
bit.
just like up the parts, right? I feel like some of those should probably have just more parts capacity,
Yeah, that would work.
so that you can actually mess some of that.
Hold them.
Like
Uh-oh, the
make
lag again?
some of the
Uh,
more customizable. Oh,
Say that again. I think we had another robot.
Oh, Magnum's
Yes.
kind of froze. Oh. Me or Gustav?
That was just I think another Discord
Or
lag
both?
fest.
Well, no. I meant like you said. Say it again, but
Oh yeah, both
no,
of you,
you.
both of you.
Yeah.
okay. But the mass-produced like suits in Battle Operation 1, to my understanding, at the higher levels, were kind of compensated by having more part slots in the last
Mhm.
game. So maybe something they could look into.
So there's precedence for it. That's good at least.
Although I will say this. What do you think that maybe something like that could work as like a mod in custom matches? Like maybe where you could adjust the physics of the game a little bit to like make suits universally faster, maybe funk around to gravity or something like that.
Mhm. I mean, we're also still waiting for that team comp overhaul, as it is, right? And that's
Yeah.
kind of a
Mhm.
similar concept.
Could be next week.
Could be.
I can only hope because it's
I would
been
keep
a
an
hot
eye out for
minute.
a director letter on Monday.
Yeah, for sure. But anything else with that?
No, fingers crossed they do something because that'd be a good overhaul, like overall for them to mess with
Yeah, I think
or
that would
to
be
attempt.
Honestly, being able to vary the game physics would make Brawl a lot more fun too. You could just imagine just wonky Brawl matches and
cool.
everybody's like
Low
zipping
gravity
around a
brawl
field or something.
matches.
Although I guess that would kind of go into the topic of them adding power ups and stuff like that to suits.
We already
But
call this another game just modifiers or whatever, I guess.
yeah, just adding mods or they can add power ups as a toggleable thing like
That'd
gun
be
cannon
amazing for
exam.
customs.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that'd be
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I would have in mind with it. Just have like power ups you can pick up that give your suit exams for a minute or something. Like it'd be fun.
But anyway, the next thing here, I was trying to remember what this was, but now that I'm actually reading it, the Hathaway's Flash thing is still going on
Delayed again.
because it got delayed.
Nice.
So they're extending it to June 23rd.
Apparently, it's also getting into a
wow.
summer festival in like another country. I forget what country exactly.
Is
But
it like China or something?
Yeah, I think so. I want to assume and then have someone be like, "No, it's not." It's like, "Oh," like so.
Well, that's how they do Gundam stuff too. When's the Strike Freedom statue or whatever they're building gonna be done?
Gotta get those creases up.
Um, then the last thing we have also, well, Brawl match is still going on for another 7 days at this point. So that'll be cool. Then the clan stuff, which was oddly placed here. Here we go. Okay, so we have 400 on Monday morning, not a Saturday this time. There's going to be Monday morning 5v5, 400 cost, ace match, resource satellite. So the good news with space is you can normally get into the top 100 a bit easier. And this suit is really awesome. And again, it's top 100. I'm guessing this week or next week is probably going to be the last chance at it. Yeah, we won't have another late night. I think the late night one is probably going to be the new clan rank suit at that point.
Yeah.
If
Next
not
one's
next week.
space.
Goog half shield thing.
Yeah, I could see that being it for sure.
Yeah. Well, we don't. It's got to be that since we don't have the dominance anymore.
Whoops, we put it out on the banner. Oops.
For real though, that I don't know if that's what that
Also, something that
goat
we were
has.
talking about during the release yesterday is that with some of the other skills that the dominance has and just the kit, it was kind of weird that they didn't make it a raid.
Yeah, that was something we should have mentioned. Like, it feels like it could have fit as a raid just fine.
Honestly, like the dominance is once again in that kind of weird spot where like it really truly feels general because I
Mhm.
think an argument could be made for it fitting into any of the slots. Just with like the sniper custom being a thing. It could fit into a weird support slot if you compare it to other ones like the Zaku
This is
one
a
commander.
glorified beam commander.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Full armor Gundam comes to mind. Sniper
I mean,
custom, stuff like that.
yeah, I was expecting this to be essentially a full armor GM. That was like just a 350, 400 kind of cost, a lower cost full armor Gundam, essentially only GM form.
It would have had the turrets though if it was a support. He would have
Yeah.
lost the second beam saber,
Mhm.
got turrets, no dodge roll.
I would dig that. That would have been amazing.
That'd been cool.
This
I think it would have been really cool.
that would be a good, like, if they really wanted to do another variant, that would be a good support variant for it.
Yeah, they just do the other guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's his name? Whoever also piloted the suit, I can't remember right now. I don't have the
The name
Wikipedia page
you
for it pulled
said.
up. Yeah, the other dude version. GM Dominance OD.
Yeah, if I end up actually editing it, what I'll probably do is literally just clip in where you said it right here. Just
Put it in there.
but well, here I guess with it possibly being the last chance to get this, what do we think of the Hymo Garibaldi Alpha? That thing is gross. That's all I'm
So it
saying.
looks strong
Pretty
to me.
fun. It's modular ass whooping.
It's
Like
terrifying.
if you have a certain swing style that you like, you got two to pick from, and both of them are gross.
It is like
You have instant stuns, and you have the fucking mind games of the shield, which is pretty ridiculous.
it's like the scariest form of the Gan that I could think of, where it can actually stagger you and then delete you as
And
a
then take you to
support player.
Pound Town.
Oh man, this
Yeah.
thing's terrifying.
Yeah, it's definitely the Gian's final form. Well, until we get the exam Gians anyway.
Oh god, we need it.
Oh
I
no.
want it in this game, and I want it to have the base damage of the regular Gan, just with exam.
Ooh, man, you melt everyone like with
Oh, that'd be
exams
so
on.
cool.
Like, oh gosh, no one would be safe.
That's the raid that's
Like,
coming out next week.
because the one
500.
thing that Maniac was talking about with the regular Gan is that like it kind of has a hard time in its range, even in baseline, just because it doesn't have injectors or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So changing direction for a suit like that, especially when all of your fucking stabs either come out on your left side or forward, is a big deal. And if you don't have to rely on your turning speed to do that, and you can just literally redirect your fucking body, like, that's busted.
Oh yeah,
Busted,
I
but
think
fun.
yeah, force injection would. I don't like the skill, but I do know force injection would push the even the standard Gian into a better spot
So
because you would
putting
just be
that,
maneuverable.
like, it'd be stupid for it to be a superpower, but like, that's essentially what it would be if it had exam. So like, I could dig that.
Um, actually, that could be a cool 500 cost raid.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up, I mean, well, anything else with clan ranked?
Get in there.
Yeah, good
Yep.
luck.
T3P
Suit's
recruiting.
good.
GS3 recruiting.
MNG, let's go.
Uh, the sweat.
Super sweat, let's go. I hope to be there and not be on the road. If I'm on the
Oh
road,
my
then
god.
oh well, it happens. But hopefully I can leave after. Maybe be there for the first hour.
Let me just sneak up out of here real quick.
But yeah, really good suit, really terrifying for support players. Can't recommend. You get it. Also, it's a 1-star. What?
Pretty bonkers.
Yeah, all the clan match suits are 1-stars. Spooky.
Just like, I'll go and upgrade this thing instantly. Have fun. Lead your enemies.
Yeah, run it through the hangar.
But yeah. So with that said, though, we can get into new suit speculation, and oh, also on a side note, real quick, you know, you guys were mentioning different types of buffs and whatnot, and we need
Mhm.
like that moon low gravity map kind of thing going on for sure at some point.
Because we've always been talking about that for like colonies.
Yeah.
We got derelict colony and it was just a straight up space match, but like mixed gravity or like reduced gravity would be really cool.
Vaughn Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, new suit stuff and things. Next clan ranked is 500. What
Wait, 500?
yes. Or well, after Monday.
I was
So
gonna
next
say,
week's
like, what?
the next after next patch clan rank is
Mhm.
500. So I'm thinking, I mean, it would be cool. I mean, we just kind of mentioned it as a thing, but I'm saying it's a raid because we've had 3 generals, 1 support, a general. Like, it's time for another raid.
Mhm.
So either, I mean, you know, just wild random pick the exam gan, whatever that is, whatever
I
that
want
may be.
exam Gan.
Yeah, so exam
Oh my
gan.
god, if it's exam Gan, then fucking Maniac's gonna lose his fucking mind in ranked.
I'd be ready to roll.
The Masala would be my second one, and I have no clue for another raid. But yeah, those 2 for sure. Oh, also with the new suit, new clan rank suit, if that ends up being, they show that off next week or the week after. Does that thing have like a shotgun? Is that a Gelgoog with a shotgun? Like, what in the world is that gun?
I think it's
You
just a
talking about the one with
short
the half shell?
rifle.
Is it a short
Yeah.
rifle? Okay.
We looked it up in the past. I can't remember what the exact kit was though. I think it was the Vertex. Oh no, that's that big goofy riding one.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it, and every time I look it up, I'm like, I have no clue how to, you know, search for it at this point because there's so many different things.
Mm. I'd have to look around a little bit more. I pulled it up once. But I can't really remember what it was called.
Oh, I think I found it.
But I don't think it had a shotgun.
Alright.
Okay, maybe not.
The Goku G.
But
Oh, okay, it is a Goku G.
okay, yeah, it didn't have the shield when I looked it up, but yeah, that's what it is. You know what you know how I found it?
How's that?
I typed in Gelgoog with the kite shield Gundam because first it brought up just kite shields, and then I typed Gundam, and then I found it.
Go Google.
But yeah, that could be interesting. It has a scope on that like rifle, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a little custom rifle.
Yeah.
I think he said it can use a bazooka as well. So got a bunch of
Get
options.
a giant bazooka.
And it was in Battle Operation 1.
The description of it says it can penetrate almost any armor.
Oh, piercing maybe.
It's just gonna be a Xeon version of the White Dingo.
Oh no!
Oh, man, is this a meme gun? Meme gun with piercing though would be hilarious.
A piercing one would be kind of cool too. I'd be okay with that.
The shield was designed to take enough punishment that would normally destroy a mobile suit.
I feel like that's a general description for the shields, but
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool if it like was just dummy thick without being like huge.
Yeah, it'd be funny like if it's like the Mark V kind of shield strength kind of thing. You know, that's something they need to put on suits more, is especially the Thunderbolt Gundam. You know, where the shields explode. You get not staggered and deleted by
Sounds like you're
tanks.
not the Mark V nerd.
Oh god.
Hey,
You don't have
Apparently
stagger shield
the,
resistance. Can't fly.
apparently the Goku G was a raid in Battle Op 1.
Oh wow, that'd be funny if this is the raid next week at 500 cost.
Oh, shut up. No.
Oh no!
Like it keeps happening. What if it does though?
Well, we're stuck in it now. Magnum has screwed us all.
No.
Hey, we're essentially 2 for 2 right now, sort of. We called the Cubile 150%. Like,
Oh my god, we did.
dominance was mentioned at least, and I mean, kind of obvious reasons, but specifically, yeah, I was expecting it to not be a general though. But yeah, this would be an interesting 500 suit. I don't know how this would work unless they gave it stealth, but we've already got a Gelgoog desert type, so
Goku also desert type. Alternate desert type.
but actually, what was it like derived from? Sometimes they have that on here.
I think it's just a desert Goku.
Ground type. So it was developed
that
from
one.
is what it says.
There
But
you
it's
go.
essentially meant for the desert, only it's a ground type. Anyway, but yeah, what do you guys think? What are your 3 picks?
Robots.
Yeah, robots. Gustav makes a valid point.
It's true.
I think there will be
Get the
robots next
GM.
week.
If I could just get us a gem juggler and call it a day.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. GM Juggler, B Gundam.
B Gundam. Hell yeah. B Gundam still needs to be an April Fool's thing. Like they keep missing out on that every year, and it makes me sad.
Ball K type. That one could be a raid.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
This can even have a grappling arm. Like, come on.
I know, right? Heat rod somebody with the ball. Hell yeah.
Oh no.
It'll be ground and space because they don't care anymore.
The counter is literally just a grapple and the cannons to the face. Ah.
I would like to just see the ball
Slappy
lean
hands.
back and just scratch you in the face with its little
Oh god, like it did
Dino
in Battle
arms.
Assault. Doo-doo.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hell
gosh,
yeah.
like you have 2 of them, going at each other.
The downswing is just like all 4 arms like hitting him in sequence. Like I need this.
Yes.
That's a ball fight.
Let's go.
But yeah, so interesting because again, unless we start getting older stuff, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Shars, Gogoog. I'll take
Running out of
Magnum's
alternate
challenge.
possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why the Dominance was a banner. They have to wait until anniversary before we can get any more
I mean,
CCA.
if that's the case, we
Maybe
got
the
like
Rigazine.
we got all of summer for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got another month. Well, 2 months from now would be anniversary, right? Be 2 months and a week. Like the last week of July, right?
Mm.
Could it be? Are they finally going to concede their one suit a week? Have we hit that point,
Probably not.
or are we actually gonna get some other shit?
We'll finally get Advance of Zeta.
Dual banners are back. What?
What?
I mean, we still haven't gotten the full armor slave wraith.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. It's never coming out. Sorry.
Be a cool support, man. Please.
You would be a cool support.
Ooh,
Oof. Oof.
got him. Durr.
Durham.
Durr. You'd be
But
a
yeah.
good support, supporting my friends in their endeavors. My goodness.
Nobody does that. But I mean, downswing them, right? I gave you iframes. Oh, wait, you died before they could kick in. Sorry, bud. I did deal 2,000 damage to that support, though.
Oh, I fucked him up good. Did you see that? Oh my god.
But yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're kind of... I feel like we're going to be stuck in the Drakes for a little bit. Or we're going to get to Rigazi next week. It'll be like something along those lines. And also, Magnum, just on a little minor side note, if we wanted to, we can also look at the image that I sent you as well. So we may need to borrow the spoiler overlay part. Also, it's an ant like size character, so you may have to pull out an hourglass.
This post was thoroughly made for ants.
Oh. Well, I mean, we could kind of assume some of those were coming out. Like, for instance, the custom on that one.
Oh god, that really is for ants. Holy shit.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, now that I've enhanced, I mean, which one of those do you think would be a raid specifically? And you know, we don't necessarily have to bring up the
Mm,
because a lot of those I feel like, I mean, there's obviously the CCA is going to be on anniversary, and a lot of those I feel are going to be anniversary, and then we can kind of talk what we think is going to come out when that time comes. But I see what 1, 2.
Yeah, one two we already kind of talked about that could very possibly be next week. Could be Photoshop Barzam.
Oh yeah, and
yeah,
yeah,
Photoshop Barzan's a good choice.
yeah. If it is, oh my gosh, I'll try to get a fully photoshopped banner. Try to make something that looks silly.
Some Frankenstein of the
Yeah.
Mark II banner and the Barzam banner.
This is literally just gonna be asset swaps into one new suit. It's gonna be so dumb.
I still think the caption for the Barzam original banner should have been like, where is his ass? That'd have been pretty good.
It just looks like a walking beetle. Why does it look like a bug?
Actually, that could be
Stop
that could be
making
a
shit
raid.
like this.
That could be a raid. it literally takes on the Mark II meme of best raid. Only it is at this point. That'd be kind of funny.
By making it a raid, it becomes the qual of its cost, and it turns into the worst raid.
Oh man, I literally just said that to chat muted. Gustav, how'd you know? I was talking about
That's
the
amazing.
Riga in this case, but
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that till later.
Gotta get that wood furniture in there.
But I think another one we could bring up. I mean, it's technically on the list, but we've kind of talked about it possibly being a thing in the past. The Zaku 3 Kai. I
right.
think that would be kind of interesting.
I mean, the Zaku Marine has come up in the past too, just when we're talking about aquatic suits in general.
Yeah. So. By the way, the funny thing is, if you look up the Hyzak Marine, it's literally just the Zaku Marine. I don't know if that's just an actual like.
No, there's a difference because at 5,000 times a day after the fucking Marine Zaku came out, I was like, actually, there's this one, and then there's the Murder, and those are different. And I was like, all right, I
Why?
believe you. I also do not give a fuck.
I mean, as far as it goes, it's like if you look at the wiki at least, the main difference between the Zaku Marine and the Hyzak Marine is it's just a different color.
I think also like what slightly different compartments for certain things in terms of weapons, but like that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, actually,
So
it might be worse because I don't think the other one has the sub-rock gun anymore.
what's really weird is like it like if you look up Hyzak Marine, it's like there's a picture that is an extra picture that is this Marine Hyzak, and it's literally just Zaku Marine type, only Marine Hyzak EFF, and I'm like, what?
I was like, huh?
So kind of weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. We had this introduction of a bunch of aquatic suits, and then they just
Oh,
stopped. So we need more.
guys, you
Hmm.
go to that, look up the prototype GOG. What in the world is that? That is terrifying looking. That is
Sure,
amazing.
before, let's see. Yeah, the prototype Gog's got that the defined ass
Yeah.
and a backpack. The prototype Gog is just like the slightly more in shape swole sumo wrestler older brother of the normal Gog.
I want the Hydro test type. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, I could dig that.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Oh
You're
gosh.
breathtaking.
Ah, ah, how dare you!
Babaka.
Dude, I want this thing now. It's got missiles for days. This is the underwater support we need. Oh,
You
that
like
looks so good.
missiles? Yes.
Yeah, it's
You
like
want more of
6-2
that?
missiles, anti-ship missiles, more missiles. Pretty much two of the whatever the Zaku Marine gun is called, only attached to the arms. Missiles on missiles, and then it can have this like extra uh missile pack thing on the back. It's essentially an underwater MLRS. I need that in my life. Let's go. Oh, and it's got Vulcan pods that look like the guard custom kinda for shoulders. Something.
I would
Yes.
still like to see the powered GM in the game. or just a Thunderbolt GM.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
Yeah,
we've
we
got the
need.
Or not the
There's so
Power
many
GM, the Power GM cardigan. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I forgot to add a part.
I don't like that you brought those up in the same example. Damn it. It's not more visual suits. They're real. They're real.
Ooh, double Zeta MSV Zaku Diver.
It's a Zaku with a snorkel.
Yeah. I mean, it literally just looks like the Zaku Marine, only just more.
It has like a fucking smokestack on it. This one runs on diesel. Like what?
It's like
They
the
tried a
Zaku
little
Diver's
something
only
different with
weapon,
nuclear reactors.
sub-rock gun.
That's all you need.
Gotta get sub-rock, shoulder-mounted sub-rock guns. Let's go.
It's essentially what the test, hydro test type is. Is it's got like essentially sub-rocks on its shoulders, sub-rocks on its arms, sub-rocks everywhere, like Vulcan pods.
The GM Asian.
Is this technically considered a Goof or a Zaku?
Strange.
Anyway,
This is no Zaku boy.
no Zaku.
A slight variant, perhaps, but a Zaku, no sir.
Okay. Any other random suits or any other things we think would be raid material next week?
No.
That is all.
That'll do. Tune in next week for more.
Well, in that case, go ahead and do some shout outs.
Well, the pocket's done already, but Nocturne isn't unlocked for another 30 minutes. Oh no.
Oh god. We have to stall.
Join in for some clan practice.
Delay.
In space.
Oh no, I've got to lose mini games in Judgment.
Have literally anything else to do. Goodbye.
Oh man, I've got to. I let my Yakuza brothers down. I gotta go cut my finger off or something. Can't make it for clan matches or practice or anything like that. Peace.
Oof.
Anyway. I
Anyway.
have to wait until my fingy grows back.
Yep, I'll be out of commission for weeks.
But yeah, Gustav.
Yeah, Gustav 13, Gustav _X_I over here on Twitch, YouTube. I don't know why I did it, but I'm throwing clips on TikTok because fuck it.
Hey.
But currently still going through Saga Frontier, pretty much running that game dry because having it has been amazing, and then from there gonna be doing some near stuff. But in the meantime, trying to do some practice for clan matches. I really hate to admit it, but at least for today, I'm probably gonna have to go back on Gus because some of these matches were soul draining and also rating draining. It has been a struggle as of late. God fucking damn.
Usually hand in hand, right?
Yep. What about you guys?
Was that the transition point?
Yeah,
okay.
no, that was it.
Okay.
Oh, and I was muted.
I am GamingEmblem. I also happen to play video games on internet. I'm a little less battle operation because we've been living in property destruction simulator as of late, also known as Judgment. Dude, there was this awesome part where I was fighting this guy in an arcade, and I was beating the hell out of him with a bench, and I like had a wide swing, and I broke one of the arcade machines. I was like, "These things are destructible," so I was like, destroyed the entire arcade. And then
let me just fuck all this up.
Yeah, man, that was great. It's so much fun. So we've been playing that. Nocturne, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne comes out tonight. It should be unlocking in roughly 30 minutes, actually, as of the making of this video. If you're watching on YouTube, it's already out, and you may even want to play it. But for those of you live, it's coming out soon, and I'll probably put the brakes on Judgment again. Feels bad, man, and do some of that. Well, it's hard to stop a train, but so yeah, we'll be doing it up, checking it out, playing that over at twitch.tv/GamingEmblem. And also, just as a little heads up for everybody at home, on the 29th, which is the Saturday after, we're going to be having a like sub game extravaganza type thing where we do like goofy nonsense like play Jackbox, or Noob Sama talked me into playing Saxon Hail on TF2, so I had to dust off my hats and stuff like that. So all the subs are invited, and if we need to fill in some space, we'll get some of the plebs in there as well. So everybody is invited to kind of come in, hang out, and do it up starting around 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Pacific on the 29th of this month. So if you're a GamingEmblem sub, definitely be there. And if you're not, show up too. You might be able to join us for some video gaming or whatever. Magnum,
Cool.
might be. Oh, there you
go. And
it's weird because the way that we had this dead air, it makes it seem like there's delay between us. Full disclosure, there is not.
We're just awkward. It's all good.
Sometimes there's the delay. Sometimes there's the interruption delay, which it goes both ways sometimes. And then there is always the awkward. But as usual, everybody's links and stuff will be down in the description below. But anyway, guys, I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel. I've actually got other social medias like Instagram and stuff, but I pretty much still am failing to post things. Need to get on that. But yeah, gonna be doing more dailies, of course. Probably gonna wrap up the tabletop coming in the next 2 weeks. We'll be finishing that up. So I was busy yesterday and didn't get in till late, so wasn't able to do that. But should be good next week. That'll be pretty hype doing the conclusion of that. Then we've got podcast as always on Thursday. And other than that, right now I'm kind of busy trying to rearrange things while I wait for my new computer to come in, and mainly whenever a graphics card shows up. Luckily, the good thing with that is I don't think I've actually been so happy to see cryptocurrency like go down. But like
bye.
Definitely good timing.
Yeah, like the fact that everybody's like, "Oh no, it's dying." I'm like, well, hopefully the whole thing of like having to use, graphics cards is dying at least, because people are like the environment.
But my Tesla.
Yeah. But that's a conversation for another day. But anyway, other than that though, too many games. Next month gonna be doing Phantasy Star Online 2 for sure. I think that comes out on what, the 10th or the 12th next month, something like that.
Like that.
Maybe it's the 11th. Anyway, gonna be doing that. Gonna try to pick up a couple of different games. I got a ARPG type Darksiders, I think. Really cool games.
Minecraft.
I'd recommend checking those out. But they have an ARPG one, so I might play through that and do that one day coming up. But other than that, gonna be kind of sporadic. Mainly the schedule is Wednesdays and Thursdays for sure, and playing it by ear. So I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. Might get a little bit of clan rank practice in, and that's what I'm going to be doing right after this. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought about what we talked about and what's in this patch and everything. Do you get the dominance? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you get the methods? Is it good at that cost? Anything like that? But yeah, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, get the hell out of here.
Go home.